Richard.
Hi, Kate.
Lots of people are really excited that you're going to be coming back to Amsterdam again this year.
It's a perfect place to do a workshop, you have to admit.
Would you like to tell everybody what it is that you're going to be doing this year?
Well, this year's going to be a little different. We're going to start out with an introductory evening, because I like introductions. It allows us to have a bigger audience, allows us to bring in some local people, which is nice. And it also allows the people that are going to be in the workshop to kind of get in the mood, I think. Kind of cover the basics, you know, and make sure everybody knows a little bit about this and a little bit about that. But the idea of this workshop is to present some of the newer things that we've been doing, some of the techniques that I don't get to present all the time. Because lots of people go to somebody else's practitioner and somebody else's master practitioner or mine, and then they're all going, and now what? And for 35 years, I've been developing technologies, and I haven't really ever stopped. To me, the methodology that I do produces results. And since the focus of my new book is about living up, that the idea that if you can create cheerful states, that number one, it helps you to live longer, it helps you to have better relationships. We've gone through and studied the science of this now. And before my new book comes out, I want to do some workshops where the focus of it is really about creating happier states. For years and years, I've said that one of the major things I do with my clients is fill their time. That I don't think people's problem is their problem. The problem is they have way too much spare time on their hands. That, you know, when you ask people how many hours a day do you spend worrying about this or that, you know, and how much time do they spend thinking about whatever their difficulty is, even if it's just a half an hour or an hour a day, when you add up 10 years of it, you're talking, you know, 4,000 hours of time that somebody spends worrying about one thing, let alone the rest of the things they feel bad about and worry about. And if you can use this technology, not to just get people to relax a little bit or not just to get over a phobia, but to really aim their life in a better direction so that from the time they get up in the morning, they spend the time they spend through the day being more cheerful. So I've really focused the technology that I have access to. And of course, there's nothing better for this than design human engineering, where you go and you build machines inside your head and that are better than the ones that we find in people. NLP is where you go and you take strategies and you yank them out of one person and stick them in one another and another person. Extremely good for spelling and sports and things like this. Better to have a motivation strategy that works than one that just doesn't. But if you can escape that paradox of looking at NLP, because NLP was based, since we were mathematicians, on elegance. This is where you take the minimum number of things to get the maximum result. Well, the flip side of that is where you take the maximum number of things to get a really fantastic result. And of course, the rules of doing that, of deciding what voices in your head and deliberately putting them in certain locations and having choruses of them and putting music in your head rather than whining, and to create better feelings and make up feelings and take your neurochemistry and design great feelings and put them with the voices and then attach a few wonderful pictures. And I'm not talking about little tiny ones. I'm talking about IMAX internal images. And that's time we all had 3D. They're doing it in the movies. That using DHE, and of course, what we've been doing here for a week is NHR, which is about saturating yourself with neurotransmitters and good feelings. So if we take a little DHE, a little NHR, and mix it together, I think we're going to spend 3 days having a lot of fun and learning new techniques in a nutshell. I will see you in Amsterdam.